now, and I'm handing the meeting over to you.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. We need to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty
and justice
for all.
Somehow we're frozen up. Sue, you want to do roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Tim Brennan,
Here.
Madeline Brown,
Present.
In Clausen. Yes, okay. Eva Joyce Burns,
Here in
Sue
class.
Baker. Sue Baker here in Clausen. Okay, Eva.
Next item on the agenda would be the approval of minutes. I know that there was computer problems. Do we want to delay that, or has everyone read the minutes that Jenny sent out?
I have read the minutes and I would like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of May 11th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Jenny.
Hi, good morning. In the words of Claire, the minutes were beautifully presented, Sue. Thank you very much.
Better late than never, but
That's okay. So yes,
Okay.
unfortunately, we don't have our Claire man with us, but we'll do the best we can. Everyone knows their lines they need to say that Claire says throughout the meeting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, got it.
I'll do my best also. So anyway, we'll miss you, Claire. So, all right. Good morning, everyone. We'll start with dates of note. Wednesday afternoon book club is coming up on June 16th, and we'll be reading The Family Tabor, and the author will be with us. We're meeting virtually, so email the library at our Gmail account, and we'll get that link for you. We're going to do another yoga program this time. Instead of chair, we'll do mat yoga, and that will be on June 24th, virtually again. Online story time for summer starts next week on Tuesday, June 15th at 10:30. That's via Facebook Live, and that runs until July 20th. And then I'm excited to report that our summer reading program will be starting this week. Yay! So we'll have adult and children and kids summer reading, and that runs from June 11th to the 6th. So yeah, we'll have programming, take and make crafts, and of course, keep track of your reading for prizes. So we're excited that summer is getting going in the library. So for attendance, we have for children, we had for the month of May, 85 children attended our programming virtually. For our online story time, we had 36 children. For our seed themed stories and Facebook Live, we had 8. For the Take and Make Get Growing kits, 35. And then for our chapter chat via Zoom, we had 6. So it was a busy May, I'm happy to report. 7 attended our Wednesday afternoon book club on May 19th, and 4 attended the chair yoga for all ages on May 20th. So we're doing good. For publicity and community outreach, tonight, the Friends of the Library are having another Dine to Donate at Whiskey Taco Foxtrot, or WTF, which I'm very excited I got to say that. Just anyway, sorry. But anyway, that is tonight, and I'm happy to report, or all day today, 40% of all orders, the proceeds go to the Friends of the Library. So we're very grateful for that. We're continuing to work with Joan Horton and the DDA for the story walk through downtown. So stay tuned for more details on that. Just a reminder that the Michigan Activity Pass is now offering access to 13 Metro Parks for free, and you can get your passes online through the library. Of course, call us if you have any questions. Kristen put together a summer reading promotional video. It's airing through the schools. I'm trying to convince her to air it through us, but we'll see. And then on the summer tax bills, the city treasurer, Stacy Hodges, was kind enough to let us put a little library blurb on it. So we're happy for that. Thank you, Stacy. And then the senior adult information kiosk or stand in the library is going to get updated. I've been working with them. They've reached out. So soon we'll have new materials on the stand coming soon. So yay. Just a couple things under director updates. We were working with Ford Motor Company and they donated 4 filtration kits to us. We have those in key areas of the library. They're kind of big stands with filters and fans that we have the option of using. So thank you for that. TLN and AT&T came out in early May to update the circuits in the server room. On May 12th, I attended a leadership workshop on discovering inherent biases. And then City Hall asked me to confirm our fee schedule for 2021, 2022, and everything looks the same, no changes. I'm happy to report. We're now quarantining materials down to 48 hours and we'll continue to lower the days as the science comes in, probably over the next few weeks. But right now we're down to 48 hours, which is helping keeping materials moving smoother. On May 28th, I attended the Library of Michigan Law workshop on the Open Meetings Act. That was very interesting. And then on May 25th, I attended another workshop from MIOSHA. They've updated the rules for workplace. So I learned about what those changes were there. It was a busy month. A thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Burns for planting the geraniums again this year. They look lovely. So I'm grateful for that. And thank you too for the board for being practice patrons last week and coming in and playing the role of patrons with the staff. That did help a great deal with most of you coming in. Not all of you though, but just kidding. And then for staff update, a clerk has requested to step down and become a substitute clerk. So we've accepted that. And in the meantime, we've hired a new clerk. She'll start on June 21st and her name is Abby Williams. So we're looking forward to Abby being on staff in the next couple of weeks and we'll get her trained and up to speed. So yay. Building. All right, everyone take a sip of coffee because it's been adventurous, I know. So, okay, well, we'll start with the good stuff. So the HVAC, the situation in the server room has been corrected and the pumps and everything in the back room have also been corrected. We've been able now to gain access to the controls. So that's all set, yay. So yes, the server room, the cooling system had to be switched out, but we're good. And while the HVAC people or Mead were there, they changed all the filters, which they do quarterly with DPW. And then they did the yearly boiler inspection, which we passed. So yay, that's good. Sonatrol though, the alarm company and the fire end of things is getting a little tricky. The alarm or burglar is fine. It's the fire situation. We're safe, but they're safe, but it's a little hiccupy. The smoke detectors had to be replaced different positions because of the hanging ceilings. So they did that, yay. But in the meantime, they found that there's a little bit of a wiring situation, a ground situation, and they can't tell if it's the wiring from the smoke detectors or if we're having an issue with the power panel. Either way, the alarms keep going off randomly throughout the day at all hours. So I had to go and get help from the fire marshal and the fire chief on that situation, which they helped me put a pause on it until Sonatrol can come out this week again and try to figure out what's happening, which is good because I didn't want the alarms randomly going off while we welcomed everyone back into the library. So it's not very good. So anyway, we're getting there and I'll keep everyone posted on that. I am happy to report. Yeah, go ahead, please.
It's Madeline and Jenny. So in the meantime, what does pause mean if there would be a fire?
They would know there's a fire. It just means the alarms aren't going to be randomly going off for no reason. So yeah, we're still protected.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of a little unnerving when things start flashing and going off, and you see the library director sprinting across the library trying to get to the panel. So, which is not a good look. So we're trying to at least correct that situation. But
okay, thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you. The outside windows were cleaned, so that was great after a year plus. So we can see out the windows. I'm happy to report for $120, we have outside clean windows. As we start to open up more, they'll come inside and clean the inside and then do another cleaning outside later in the fall. But, I'm sorry, go ahead.
How much will that be to do the inside then?
$100.
100?
Yes, yep, 100.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then it'll be an additional 120 to do outside again. But they found they need to do outside twice a year because it just gets really gunky. So I'm sure there's a different word, but anyway, it gets pretty, the salt and the sprinklers, it gets pretty difficult to see. So anyway, they want to do it twice a year, which is a budgeted item. And then TLN and I are working together to order and replace the firewall. It's time, and this is also a budgeted item coming up. But anyway, they started getting everything kind of in order. And then the fire marshal was in yesterday and sanitized the building before we had our official opening. So yeah, thank you for that. So that's what is kind of going on top line in the library. In our PNC account, we have $8,910.99. $28.46 was paid to Centerpoint Large Print from the gift fund. And then did everyone see the current ledger, or does anyone have any questions? Happy to answer.
I have a question on the, you're talking about the budget, right?
No, I'm just talking about the monthly report, but we can go budget.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine.
No, if you want to talk about the monthly report, I'll hold off till you mention the budget.
Okay. Any questions? Anything that's concerning me about, I'll do a clear line. Is there anything that's bothering me or concerning me or anything I want to talk about from the?
That is a clear one.
I was wondering on the budget, there's obviously been a big cutback in pay, especially across the board because you haven't been open as many hours and haven't had as many people there. Are we going to be okay once you're open more and you will need more staffing? Obviously, the pay will go up. I don't know if there'll be any overtime, but are you going to need a bunch more hours than you currently have budgeted?
Yeah, so I have the hours set up kind of in phases as we go along and we start to open up more. But yes, when I turned in the budget, I budgeted as if we were open at the full 40 hours with everyone working their full hours. This past budget, obviously people weren't working their full hours or they chose not to work their full hours just so we could stay safely spaced from each other and also to be mindful of the budget. But yes, going forward, the budget that is presented is back to full 40 and normal when we get there, which we are. So yes, thank you. And that, yes. Sorry.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. Just the usual on the monthly stuff. The building is keeping me up at night, and public utilities, we're just going to make it in. But I think the rest is looking okay. I've tried to run it pretty conservative, obviously not being fully open. I didn't want to hit the gas all the way, but I think we'll be all right. Not good. So that's what was going on there. And then we can go on to unfinished business unless anyone has any other questions. So yes, we can talk about the budget, which we just touched upon. So yes, I've put in a request for raises for the staff. They didn't receive raises last year. So I would really hope that they can get raises this year. It's kind of unclear what's happening with revenue, like state aid and the penal fines, things like that. So it's just kind of a wait and see. I think we should be okay, nothing lottery winning level, but I think we should be all right, especially as we start to get open more. The big things are technology with the firewall and the switches. The computers still continue to be funded from donations from the friends and just gift money. So we're all right there. We're on a 5-year cycle, 6-month replacement plan with the computers to keep everything current, both staff and public. And then I want to try to push a little bit more community outreach. During the pandemic, we definitely found, excuse me, that we do have a population that appreciated us coming to their front porches. So I want to see if I can try to address that a little bit more. And then books will up a little bit as we start to open a little bit more. Videos, I don't think as much, just because more streaming services and people seem to be getting their videos from other places. We'll still have them, but probably just not as much. Also, there's not as many videos coming out quite yet in time. Yes. Professional services or the services through TLN, I've upped a little bit. The automation system continues to be a little bit more expensive. Also, they're trying to have us put some extra money aside. I think they're looking at switching companies possibly. I don't know, or looking at our options in the future, I should say rather. So, and then the building, just want to make sure we have enough money as we're going through the alarm system, the heating and cooling.
Well, the building will obviously get more wear and tear now that we're letting the unwashed public in. I noticed the opening yesterday, it looked like the migration on the Serengeti. There were lots of people there. I was really pleased to see more people, but obviously more people will mean more wear and tear on the facility.
Yep. So we're just preparing for either way. The person that did the inspection on the heating and cooling system said everything looks great on the roof. It looks fantastic. So we didn't cover that in library school, but I was pretty happy to learn about our heating and cooling system being good. So yay. So yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I think, Mike, we should hear in a couple weeks possibly where everything stands from the city standpoint, but that's what's happening with the budget.
Hopefully after next Tuesday, yes.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks. So if anyone has any questions, I can try my best or at least try to find the answers for you.
I have a question regarding computers, Jenny.
Uh-huh. Please.
The fact that we're a year plus of non-use, is there a way to tell, I'm such a techie person here. I know they have to be plugged in or unplugged for this period of time, but will that not be an advantage of not needing replacements sooner rather than later? The fact that they've been down all this time?
I've continued to do the quarterly updates and have TLN. We have a paid contract to make sure everything in the building is running well and is up to speed and has all the current and latest of everything. So they come in every few months just to check. Being down, yes, has, as Mr. Brennan said, stopped so much on the wear and tear. So there isn't, I guess, as much pressure to stay as tight to that 6-month schedule, but we're trying to stay pretty close to it. I don't want to go off too far from it. So I'll try to stay as close to it as I can. But yes, obviously, yes, that has helped preserve things for a little bit. But I've tried to stay up on everything as normal, at least with software and upgrades.
And do you have any idea how many computers are needed in the nearest future? I know we talked about it last night at the Friends meeting that they're prepared to, to continue on replacing. But do you have any idea of out of the 16, how many you're thinking will need to be replaced?
So that's a good question. Thank you. So every about 6 months, we replace about two to three computers. Usually I'll ask the friends and then take gift money. So it's a few each year, or each rather 6 months that we rotate out. So, and if we can, sometimes we'll shift a computer or keep a monitor, try to preserve a keyboard or a mouse, but the actual computer gets changed out every 6 months. And then we make sure we're up to date on all the software also for all the computers at that point. So it's a few each year, nice and slow.
Did you have any patrons questioning yesterday when the library was open that they wanted to use the computers? They hadn't known ahead of time or didn't read up that the computers were not available. Did anybody question that?
Yeah, we had one gentleman ask and we just explained the situation and he was fine with it. So we're
That's
trying to
good. That
do-
means they're paying attention. Good.
Yeah, so small bites. We'll get them on in a week or two. I need to get everyone used to everyone being back in the building and that flow, and then we'll just do it in increments. So, thank you. That's the budget. Any other thoughts, feelings?
Jenny?
Yep.
The state keeps saying that we have an excess of money right now because of whatever reason. Are they just not sending the penal codes and stuff through, or is it just because we have had fewer people being fined?
Yes, I'm hearing it's because fewer people are being fined and not as many people out on the roads, but as more people return to where their normal lives, yes, they think it will go up. They don't think it will be more money, but they think will be about the same, maybe a little bit less, but yeah. Same with state aid. They don't think it will hurt too much this year. It might be the following year. We might see a bit of a pinch, but this year, the thing.
Okay. Tomorrow, Thursday night is our night to go for budget review, correct? Thursday evening?
Yes, Thursday, City Council will be reviewing, we'll be holding basically a budget workshop again that Kelly's been working on, items for. And then the hopes are after that we will have the actual approval at the Tuesday.
At the next meeting.
Yes.
Okay, does anybody have any questions on the budget? It looks pretty cut and dry. We in the past, Mark would give us an update. Matter of fact, I have one. This is dated July of 13 from Mark, and he told us the annual expenditures were above the revenue amounts received. Although there was a fiscal year operating deficit, the fund balance reserve is more than sufficient to offset that annual deficit. This is something we haven't had in the last couple 3 years, so I don't know where we actually stand as far as this year's budget that we're closing out before we approve the new one. Are we very over or very under in our numbers?
I can talk to Kelly and get back to you and email it to Jenny or to probably by tomorrow at the latest, but probably today she can give you a snapshot of where we are currently in this.
Okay, yeah, I would appreciate that. Anybody else have any questions? I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole week goes. Yesterday was kind of busy. Okay. New business.
Excuse me, Eva, do we approve the proposed library budget prior to the approval by the council?
We probably should do that because that's our responsibility, but I didn't have much chance to read the whole thing. So does anybody have any questions on the draft that we have?
I have a question. It's not clear from the draft. Jenny said she asked for a pay increase for the staff, but I was wondering exactly how much the pay is going to be increased, or what is our request for the pay increase?
I've asked for the staff to receive 50 cents per hour increase, and I requested for
Okay, that sounds reasonable to me. Channeling my inner Claire, I would say that the staff deserves an increase simply based on having more experience at what they do and also the inflation rate. So I hope that's taken into consideration by the council. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we made sure that in talking to Jenny that we put that increase there as well as Jenny and for Kristen as well. We did increases in there. And I mean, your budget, what Kelly provided to Jenny, which you are looking at as a draft, we don't see any changes because it's based on your millage rate. That is what it is. With those requests and those minor things that Jenny and I spoke about. So see, even when I talked to Kelly yesterday, she said, we don't anticipate your budget changing at all, this process, because it's based on your millage rate and what we have to process.
Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions on the budget?
Nope.
Okay, then we should entertain a motion to approve the budget as presented. So
Is it
the,
proposed
I would like to
budget?
make,
pardon?
Is it proposed budget?
It's a proposed budget.
Proposed budget. Okay, motion to approve the proposed. Okay, just want to know the proper wording.
In my opinion, because we have our own millage and we're within our millage, and Mike can confirm that. I don't know why we can't approve it as the budget, not the.
Okay,
Is that
all
true?
right, I would like to make a motion that we approve the budget as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, Mike, am I not correct? We have our own millage and we can approve the budget as presented.
That's correct. You can do that right. This is what we've provided to you. We're not going to change it. The other things that you might see council look at are the other departments, not the library. What you see is what is going to be provided to them and not change.
Okay, well, it's our millage and they can't reduce it. It's
Correct. Headley is already changed that, as you saw probably in the millage rates. So yes, yours is set based on your millage rates.
okay. So it has been moved and seconded that we approve our budget as presented. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Our budget is approved. Oh, I've lost Jenny.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay,
Got problems.
yeah,
parliamentary procedure, can I, after it's been approved, can I put, when I write the minutes, can I put in that it's 21-22 budget?
Yeah.
As opposed to just budget, okay.
so it looks like the staff will get their raise.
That's good. They, like I said, they didn't get one last year, and they've been definitely working their tokuses off. So
Yeah, for sure.
that was my big goal. So thank you.
Well, that's
Other- oh, sorry.
a good thing.
Very good thing. Thank you. The other is phase reopening. We started the next phase, number 3, in opening, so with limited hours. Monday and Wednesday were from 3 to 7, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, noon to 4, running curbside from 10 a.m. to about 4-ish, but I'm going to stress the ish on either side, because if you drive by the library, you see what time we actually do get that table out and what time the table actually does come in. It was busy yesterday. I'm happy to report. It was great to see everyone. Everyone pretty much did what they needed to do. So I'm very grateful and we'll do it again today. So that's happening. And then slowly we're just following the orders of what we're getting from everywhere of how to do this properly and safely. Thank you, Mr. Brennan, for being our first patron in. I appreciate that.
You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew the staff was happy to see that happen. So the Tuesday staff is wondering if you'll be in also. No pressure, but they're all lined up waiting to see. But yeah, it was really nice. A lot of nice compliments, a lot of thank yous, and a lot of excited kids. So grabbing their chapter books for the summer. So it was good to see everyone.
You and the whole staff have got to be proud of how you handled this whole pandemic thing, because everything has been made available for the last year and a half, even under the poorest conditions.
We have definitely tried. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. We've definitely tried to keep that party going for everyone. So, and we appreciate the patrons and their patience. Definitely a team and group effort. Yeah.
I do have a question. How long were you actually closed down where there wasn't a table and nothing was available? It wasn't very long, was it?
No. And even when everyone was furloughed, we still kept things posted social media wise to at least continue some sort of engagement of things. So because we started curbside service last June.
Okay. And really, it worked all through the winter, barring, snow and ice and, the postman. You guys delivered books like they deliver the mail. I thought you guys did a wonderful job.
We did get that table out there in the snow. We were brushing the snow off out there. Oh my goodness. Bundling up like the Nooks of the North. But yeah, or driving to people's houses, or definitely watching neighbors grab books for their neighbors or friends. I mean, it was definitely a team effort to get things out. So I'm very proud of the community and of my staff for hanging in there and keeping us going forward. So, and we'll keep moving in the forward direction. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, that table has seen some weather. So it's good. I mean, look at my hair. So yeah. All right.
Yeah. No hair comment today.
Oh, are you sure? Okay. So, and then like we discussed, the computers will be starting shortly. And, but if anyone ever has any questions, please contact us. We're happy to help, of course. New business with the sad passing of Claire Mann. We do have an opening. We do have some applications in, and I'll be turning those over to City Hall. So, and that should be on the June 15th, I believe the date is agenda. So for filling the board spot. So just want to let everyone know the status of things. And then the final new business item is patron fines. We've been running fine free right now since we've been quarantining items. Depending on where we are with the rules on quarantining items, I'd like to try to ease that up sometime in July and then return back to fines, turning the fines back on in July. So I just wanted to give you an update, possibly July 5th. But again, we're just slowly doing this in increments with how we've been quarantining items. And then again, not charging people because we just have to wait. So my hope is that once the new budget starts, we can turn the fines back on in July. Although I want to thank all the patrons who've been calculated their fines, even though we've been running fine free and putting money in the books and envelopes and Dropbox and in pigs and mailing things to me. So thank you for everyone that were getting their calculators out and figure out what they would have owed us. So that's very kind.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's very nice.
When the fines kick back in, will you post that so the patrons know?
Yes, there will be no surprise sneak attack. Yeah, no, we'll let everyone know.
Good.
Absolutely.
You know, they put signs all over the building. You can't miss that kind of stuff.
We try. We like to communicate. So we're in the information business. So yeah.
True.
Jenny, did I hear you say that the piggy bank on the table keeps on getting donations in there too?
Yes, yes, yep, it does. And then we roll the book sale cart. Well, we have been, now it's back in, but we've been rolling the book sale cart outside. So we've been having little mini book sales and another piggy bank there too. So we have piggy banks everywhere. So we're looking classy.
Anna Rockwell will be smiling down.
I'm glad. So yes, it's a lot of piggy banks everywhere. But yeah, people have been really awesome. So a lot of fun notes and books too, reading from people. So, but that's what's shaking. I don't know if there's any public comment or anyone.
I do have one question before we close. I would like to know if we are going to have a meeting in person in July.
Don't have an answer for that yet.
I can't hear it, Jenny.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we will or not. Stay tuned. I think every day is a new day. I don't know. Sorry, Mike. You probably have a thought on that.
No, every day is a new day, but that is the goal. But clearly, is that all meetings will become in person in July, as we're trying to work through the logistics with Ken. John is filling in today from Merge Live, but with Ken, as we're trying to coordinate how we can do community versus the city council, if we have to do hybrid options and looking through all those. That is the goal, is to be back in person.
Where are we?
And if
Everybody's talking.
Go ahead, leave.
Go, Tim.
Will we be
Hello.
meeting at the library or will we be meeting at City Hall when we do go in person?
Based on, to make sure for that we record all these as we're trying to really up that, you'd be meeting here. So that's where it's just based on if you want to meet in the community room or actually in the council chambers is what we're trying to figure out for each specific board, what makes the most sense for recording them.
Okay. Tim, did you have another question?
No, that was my exact question. I wanted to know if we would be meeting at the community room when we started back up in personal meetings. You stole my thunder.
Sorry.
That's
Somebody's
okay.
got to do it. Claire's not here, so somebody's got to.
Well, I wanted to make a comment about the library board appointment. I know the mayor and the council has the final say, so to speak. But if we have a recommendation, whom do we contact if we have a
Let me
comment?
know, and then I can let City Hall know.
Okay.
And they pass it on.
Okay.
So, yep. So if you have something, if you don't mind letting me know today or soon-ish,
Yeah.
just so they
No,
can
no.
get it ready for their agenda. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
You probably put something on, mentioned that before, and I apologize, but I didn't, some of my stuff didn't get through on the other computer. Okay,
Small potatoes.
thank you.
Does anybody have any ideas who would be good on the board other than, say, with the two people that she has or three people that have already applied? Does anybody have any other recommendations? I guess not.
No, looking at their resumes, the applicants are well qualified. I have a preference merely because I would like to see two men on the board rather than just one.
I agree with that. I think you need, a nice mix.
When I joined the library board way back in the last century, I think it was 1988. Anyways, I replaced a gentleman by the name of May. At that time, there were two men on the board, Mr. May and Jim Rogers. Since that time, there's only been one. And I think to represent the whole community of Clawson, there should be, it'll never be even because you have five, but, and I prefer 3 to 2, Tim, sorry. But I believe another man would be an asset to the board.
I feel the same way. So if anybody has any other thoughts, let Jenny know.
How to get a hold of me.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, that's my phone. It's my doctor calling and I don't want to talk to him.
I don't blame you.
Okay, that's gonna go. All right, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
is
I apologize for the interruption.
there anything else? Mike,
There seeming to be nothing else on anybody's mind. I would like to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 9:42.
Is there a second?
It's a second.
There's a second. Okay, it has been moved and seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, we're adjourned.